In the heartland of Mexico, nestled amidst the ancient pyramids and vibrant culture, a discovery of extraterrestrial proportions has emerged, sending shockwaves through the scientific community and captivating the imaginations of curious minds worldwide. An alien mummy. Yes, you heard that right, and it's not a sci-fi flick, this is real news. But what's truly captivating is not just the name, but the deeply perplexing secret concealed within its ancient enigmatic form. What sets this mysterious entity apart from your average mummy, you ask? The astonishing revelation is that it might not be human-made. This shocking discovery challenges everything we know about our place in the universe, leaving us with more questions than answers. Are we on the brink of rewriting history? What could this startling discovery mean for our understanding of ancient civilizations, or even life beyond our planet? Stay tuned until the end because the truth is out there. And also, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's uncover the truth together. About a week ago in Mexico, something really strange happened in their Congress. A self-proclaimed ufologist and journalist, Jaime Maussan, showed two bodies that he thought were a mix of human and animal bones, and they said it was proof of aliens. Yep, aliens and UFOs are back in the news. About a month ago, in the United States, there was a big hearing in Congress where they talked about whether aliens exist. Now, Mexico is taking it up a notch. During a meeting in the Mexican Congress, they brought out these two strange-looking bodies that they say are not human. But here's the thing. Some people are not so sure about these so-called alien bodies. That's because they were shown in a documentary before, and the person who presented them, a journalist named Jaime Maussan, has a history that's a bit questionable. During this special meeting at the U.S. congressional hearing on the existence of extraterrestrials, there were some important people there, like Ryan Graves, a former pilot from the U.S. Navy, who talked about UFOs in the U.S. Congress. During the meeting, Maussan said these bodies were super old, like over 1,000 years old, and they were found in some algae mines and turned into fossils. Jaime Maussan also said that scientists from a big university in Mexico, the Autonomous National University of Mexico, UNAM, examined the bodies really carefully. They even got DNA evidence from them to study. The American Space Agency described these occurrences as unusual things and emphasized the importance of being open and transparent about them. In Mexico, these supposed alien bodies look like what we usually imagine aliens to be: white, with big heads and little bodies, and only 3 fingers. It's a wild story, but is it real? That's the big question. Lab tests suggest alien corpses unveiled in Mexico could be genuine. People wanted to find out if it was real or if someone had made it up. So, to do this, they took the body to a lab in Mexico City and did some special tests like X-rays and CT scans. Guess what they found out? The tests, which they finished on Tuesday, that is, September 19th, showed that the mummy-like body was not fake or messed with in any way. That means they might actually be real. A person named José de Jesus Zalce Benitez, who is the director of the Scientific Institute for Health of the Mexican Navy, said something interesting. He told everyone that the body belonged to one single skeleton, and it wasn't put together with animal or human bones, so it's not a mix of different bones. He also said that they couldn't find any signs that someone tried to change the shape of the skulls or put them together in a strange way. He mentioned, they belong to a single skeleton that has not been joined to other pieces. These bodies are said to have genes that are 30% different from ours, humans. That's a big difference. Scientists used a method called carbon dating to figure out how old these bodies are, and it turns out they are more than 1,000 years old. Now here's where it gets even more fascinating. These bodies look somewhat like humans, but they have some very unique features. For instance, they have 3 fingers on their hands and 3 toes on their feet, unlike our 5 fingers and toes. Their skulls are shaped differently, almost like birds, with long and retractable necks. What's even stranger is that they didn't have any teeth, and their bones were both strong and lightweight, and they had large brains and big eyes that were capable of wide, stereoscopic vision. But the most surprising detail is that Mr. Benitez and his team found something inside the supposed alien's belly. They saw big lumps, and he thinks that one of these beings was carrying eggs with tiny embryos inside, like a pregnant animal. They also had strange metal implants made of cadmium and osmium, which are not common materials you find in everyday life. So this discovery is making people wonder even more about what this alien really is. Scientific community is still divided. The scientific world is not quite sure what to make of the two strange bodies that were shown to us last week. Some scientists think they might be real, but others are very skeptical and don't believe it. A lot of experts, including people who study UFOs and those who work in forensics, have criticized these claims. They say there's not enough evidence to prove that these bodies are really from aliens, and some even say it's a big trick. One person who doesn't quite buy into the idea is a British physics professor named Brian Cox. He's been saying that we should send a piece of these bodies to a company called 23andMe to check if they're really aliens. The 23andMe is known for analyzing DNA to tell people about their ancestry. Professor Cox also pointed out that if aliens do exist, they probably wouldn't look like us humans. He thinks it's unlikely that beings from another planet would have a similar appearance to us. So the debate continues, and scientists are still trying to figure out if these bodies are the real deal or just a big story. There's something else that's been confusing people about these alien remains. You see, they were found near a famous place called the Nazca Lines in Peru. But the strange part is how they ended up with Mr. Mosan. The government of Peru, which is the country where these bodies were found, has a different story. They're saying that these things are very old and have been in Peru for a very long time, even before the Spanish came to South America. They're calling them pre-Hispanic objects. The Peruvian government is looking into how these bodies left their country. They're doing what's called a criminal probe to find out how these mysterious remains got out of Peru. But Mr. Mosan, who showed these bodies to everyone, says he didn't do anything wrong. He's telling everyone that he's innocent and hasn't broken any laws. He also mentioned that he will tell the whole story when the time is right. But for now, he's keeping it a secret. Elon Musk's reaction. People all over the world have been really puzzled by the photos and videos of these strange-looking beings from Mexico. Now, the richest person in the world, who owns a big company called X, which used to be called Twitter, has finally spoken about this strange topic. He says these beings are not aliens at all. They are actually cake. Someone posted a funny video on X that shows one of these beings being cut open, and guess what's inside? It looks like a sponge cake. The video also had some text that joked about the alien actually being a cake. In response to this video, Mr. Musk said, "It was cake all along." He seems to be saying that these beings were never aliens. They were just cakes made to look like aliens. Other X users had a good laugh about it too. One person said, "I had a feeling it was cake, but I didn't want to spoil the surprise." Another person thought the cake version looked even more realistic than the other ones we've seen. Wait a minute. While the idea of these mysterious beings being cakes is a humorous twist, let's not jump to conclusions too quickly. The debate over these unusual creatures continues, with some still insisting that there's more to the story. Do you think these beings are really cakes, or do you believe that these are actually aliens? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more intriguing mysteries and discussions.